Hi friends, welcome to the video lectures on formal language and automata theory. Now we will go to the concept of Turing machines. In this Chomsky hierarchy, you can see the Turing machine resides here. Of course, this is a Chomsky hierarchy where we can write the language, the respective machines and the grammar in a hierarchy. Very basic level, we have regular language. The respective automata is finite automata, the machine. Where you can have the language like a power n, where n is greater than or equals to 1, and the respective grammar is regular grammar, are also called as type 3 grammar. And the next one, which is next powerful, that is context free language. Of course, compared to regular language, CFL is a next powerful, and the respective machine, that is push down automata, and the respective grammar is context free grammar, or is also called as type 2 grammar. Of course, some more powerful, that is context sensitive language, where you can have linear bounded automata as a machine and the grammar is context sensitive grammar. It is called as type 1 grammar. And now the last one is recursively enumerable sets, the language where the respective machine is Turing machine, which we are going right now, and the grammar you call it as unrestricted grammar, which are type 0. There is no restriction here. So why there is no restriction, you can see here. And also the language will be like this, a power n, where n is a prime number. That means what is a language like this we have, and how to construct we'll see here. I explained about this Chomsky hierarchy in previous video lectures. If you want, you can listen to those clearly. Coming to the definition of a Turing machine, it is an accepting device which accepts the languages generated by type 0 grammars. I told you, like, which is a language, we call it as RE sets or recursively enumerable sets, which is also called as unrestricted grammar or type 0 grammar. Of course, it was invented in 1936 by Alan Turing. The machine operates on infinite memory tape divided into discrete cells. So infinite memory tape, let us take like this, it will be. So all the cells will be like this here also. So how it operates we can see. So this is an infinite memory tape where those cells, the tape is divided into cells like this. It is a mathematical model which consists of an infinite length tape divided into cells on which input is given. So here we need to give our input. Let us suppose if I take some input like AA and BB, like this, a simple input. So here it will be written like this, AA and B like this. What about the remaining cells in this? So the remaining cells can be represented by blank, that is by uppercase B. So this we call it as blank, like this. That means after filling your input, the remaining cells will be keep it as blank. Now this is an infinite tape where your input string can be taken and then the remaining cells will be blank. Like this it will be in basically. Now how it operates, you can see from here the Turing machine model we call it as. So here it is x1 to xi up to xn, that means your input string, then followed by blanks here. So I told you, so this is a finite control where your input will be taken in a particular position and it will have read as well as write also. So what is this read and write, we'll see clearly. So it consists of a head which reads the input tape. Okay, this is a head where it reads each input character one by one, or input symbol one by one. A state register stores the state of the Turing machine. After reading an input symbol, it might be replaced with another symbol. So that means after reading a symbol, let us suppose I am at this position, I am reading A. So let us suppose my state is Q0 to A. If I read, so what is the result I am getting? That might be something. If I go to another state, which might be something like Q1. Now after Q1 I can do one more operation, like what about this state cell value? So it is A, you can replace here. If according to the question you can replace it by X, something, some value you can replace. So where this option is not there in your previous machines like in finite automata and push down automata. Now in Turing machine you have this option and this also gives Turing machine more powerful compared to previous machines. Now you can replace it with another, and afterwards where you want to shift. Anyway, in your finite automata always you have to move right, is that right? Always you have to move right, but here you can move either right or left also. That means after taking the input, whether you want to move to the right or left, two options you have. Now you can read again this one. A state register stores the state of the Turing machine. So what is the state first? After reading an input symbol, it might be replaced with another symbol. That's what I said. Like after reading an input symbol, there is an option like you can replace it with another symbol. It is an option. If you want, you can replace, otherwise you can keep as it is. And its internal state is changed. You can change the state and it moves one cell from to the right or left. So you can move either right or left by only one cell. It's not more than one cell. So here if you observe with your previous machines, that is with respect to the finite automata, you can observe two changes here. One is in finite automata you can only move right side, but whereas in Turing machines you can move not only right side, you can move to the left also from a particular position. And the second one is in finite automata you are not supposed to replace a symbol. Only whatever the symbol you have to read and you have to move to the right. But whereas in Turing machine you can replace that symbol by another symbol. That is an option you have here. So by these two we can have this Turing machine is more powerful. Of course here what is the accepting? In finite automata if it goes to the final state it is accepting. Similar to that here also in Turing machine, that finally it reaches to the final state, the input string is accepted, otherwise rejected. Whereas in push down automata you have two options, like one is going to the final state and the another one is when the stack is empty. Whereas in this Turing machine you have only one option, that is if it reaches to the final state then your input string is accepted, otherwise it is rejected. Now we'll see what is a formal definition. Of course I explained this Turing machine model, how the model will be, where you will have this input string and the remaining cells will be taken as blank and read write head will be there. That's what I said, why not only read, you can write, that means you can replace it by another symbol like this. Now we'll see what is the formal definition and what is the tuple notation. In finite automata we have 5 tuples. Here we'll see how many tuples are there. So it is described as 7 tuple notation, where Q it is a tau, sigma, tau, Q naught, this is B is a blank symbol, and F is final state. We'll see one by one what are this. Q is a finite set of states, that means it is a set of states in your transition diagram, and tau is a tape alphabet. So in your tape what are the alphabet that you are taking? So what are the alphabet will take? That means first thing the alphabet which is in your input string included with your blank symbol. So that means tau means which is your input string input alphabet. How the input alphabet can be represented? With sigma. So sigma union blank symbol, combinedly we call it as tau, which is a tape alphabet. What is the alphabet that you can take in the tape? So that is you call it as tau, which is tape alphabet. And with this we know that sigma is input alphabet. In your input string what is the alphabet that you have taken? And now we'll take this one at the last. First we'll see this one. Q naught is the initial state, so where it starts, and B means it's a blank symbol, that also to be represented. F is a set of final states. You may have one final state or set of final states. Now how the transition happens here, how it can be represented? That means with a particular state, with a particular tape alphabet. See, particular tape alphabet means which may be our input alphabet, sometimes it may be a blank symbol. That means transition happens here with respect to when I give one input to the one tape, what is the output state, which is from the set of states, and what is the alphabet. If let us suppose if you don't want to change the alphabet, you can have same values of tau, but if you change then it will be changed, and afterwards either it may be left shift or right shift. If I take a simple example like this, if Q naught is a state and you are giving tau as, let us suppose I'll take tau as some input symbol as a tends to, and I'll move to q1. If I want to replace a with something like x I'll write, and whether you want to go for left side or right side. If it is right side, I'll write like this. Simply this can be represented like this: dou of q0 comma a tends to q1 comma x comma r, like this. That means for q0, for your respective input symbol for this finite control, this is a q0 state, and here you are taking input symbol a and you are moving to q1 and you are replacing a with x. That means here if you have a with x, like this you can represent. Let us suppose if you don't want to represent a as it is, you have to write here. If you want to replace, what is the replacing symbol that you can take, and of course that also comes into your tape alphabet. Next, what you want to move, like either right side or left side. If it is the right side, I am writing R. If it is left side, you have to write L. Anyway, I'll explain these things with one example problem. So like this, you have all the tuples. This is we call it as 7 tuple notation. So we'll see the problems like Turing machine problems. We'll see these sort of the problems, how to construct, and what is the transition diagram, what is the transition table, everything we'll see step by step. Now we'll see some problems how we can solve by using Turing machine. So we'll see these questions. We'll see what is a Turing machine, how we can construct, and what is a transition diagram. Everything we'll see. So we'll go to the first question. Construct a Turing machine that accepts the language where 0 power n, where n is divisible by 3, where sigma is equals to 0. That means input alphabet where it consists only 0. Now first we'll write the language. That means the strings in the language which accept this condition. That means you have to write 0 power n where n is divisible by 3. So how many zeros we need to consider? That means the number should be divisible by 3. So if I take 0 number of zeros, yes, so that is also come. That's why epsilon is also comes into the language. Next, so how many zeros you need to take? It is divisible by 3. That's why 3 number of zeros. Next, 6 number of zeros. Next will be 9 number of zeros, like this. This is a language, and remember here I have given sigma is equals 0. That means only one input alphabet you have. There is no 1. If I write 1, that means 1 can have somewhere else, okay, according to the conditions. But here it is input alphabet consists only 0. So like this the language. Now how to construct the Turing machine for this? Of course we can do this one by finite automata. Yes, we can complete easily. And of course with push down automata, yes, we can complete. So the same we can do by Turing machine also, this one. Now how to construct this one? So I'll take any one of the example to the tape. So this is a tape I'll take. So tape is a infinite and which consists the cells which are infinite. Now I'll take any one example from this. Let me take this one. So 6 number of zeros I'll take. 0 0 0 0 0, like this. This is my input string I have taken, and the remaining symbols we have to make it as blank. Now how to solve this one? After taking these zeros, I'll take 3 states which are q0, q1, q2, where q0 is a 0 remainder state, q1 is a 1 remainder state, q2 is a 2 remainder state. Anyway, we have done these sort of the problems in finite automata. So like this, q0 is a 0 remainder state. That means number of zeros are 0, or number of zeros are divisible by 3. 1 remainder state, when you divide you will get 1 as a remainder. q2 means 2 remainder state. From this I'll start from q0. Anyway, in our language you have epsilon, that's why your initial state will be final state. And already I told you, when you find epsilon in your language, your initial state also will be your final state. Now I can write like this. So one remainder state, that means if I take 1 0, 1 0 means number of zeros are 1, so that means one remainder state. And if I take 0, are you replacing? No need of replacing anything here. 0 will be as it is. And are you going right or left? No need of going left, only to go right. So this is a simple problem, that's why no need of replacing, no need of going to the right. We'll see some other programs where you will find the complexity. There you can find how to go left shift, when to go left shift, and when you want to replace. But here in this one, no need of replacing, no need of going to the left shift. Now Q1 is a one remainder state. Now from Q1 to Q2, which is a two remainder state, where after taking 0, 0 is the same thing and going to the right. Now from Q2, if I give one more 0, then number of zeros are 3, which should be divisible. That means it has to go to the final state like this. Now 0 slash 0 as it is like this. Now you can observe clearly why I have written 0 remainder, 1 remainder and 2 remainder. Let us suppose if I take like this 0 0 0 0 0 like this, 5 zeros. Now to which state we are going, you can observe. From Q0, if I take 1 0, it will go to right shift and it has to go to here, and the state is Q1. And from Q1, if you give one more 0, it goes to the Q2. Q2 to one more 0, it will go to the Q0. Q0 to one more 0, it will go to Q1. Q1 to one more 0, it is going to Q2. Now where is the state? This is a Q2. Now you can see what is Q2, 2 remainder state. Even you can observe here how many zeros are there, 5. 5 if you divide with 3, what is the remainder? 2 only. So that is what here I have given. So Q1 means after a number of iterations also, when you take a input string, always when you want to reach to Q1 means, that means you have one remainder. If you divide the number of zeros with 3, you will get that remainder. So when you want to get the answer as divisible by, means your remainder should be 0. What is the remainder 0 state? Q0. So that's why Q0 will be your final state. Now if you want to write the transition table here, of course here you need to represent the states Q0, Q1, Q2. Q0 is the initial state as well as final state. Now what are the tape alphabet you need to write? Not only input alphabet, tape alphabet also you need to write here. So what is the input alphabet? 0. And what is the tape alphabet? Definitely you need to include blank. Now anyway in this question you are not going to the blank state also. So this is a very basic question, that's why. So now you can see here how to write the transition. Now from Q0 to 0, what happens? You need to write here. Q0 to 0, if I give, what is the state that you are going, that you need to write first? The state is Q1. And are you replacing? What is the replacing symbol? Anyway you are not replacing, but you need to write that symbol as 0. And whether you are going right or left, right you are going. Now Q0 to B, is there any state Q0 to blank? No. Just keep hyphen like this. Now Q1 to 0, is there? Yes. So Q1 to 0 you are going to Q2 and the replacing symbol is same and again going to the right. Of course Q1 to blank, there is no state. And Q2 to 0. Q2 to 0 you are going to Q0 and the replacing symbol is 0 and going to the right. Like this you need to write. There is no transition for Q2 to B. So that's why we are not writing. So this is a transition table and this is a transition diagram. And what are the transitions we have written? Only 3 transitions. If you want to write, you can write here. Down of Q0 to 0, you are going to Q1 with 0, that is replacing symbol and right shift. Like this we need to write. And Q1 to 0, which is Q2 and same symbol is replacing, that is again right shift. Q2 to 0 you are going to Q0 and no replace with that is same symbol and then again right shift. Like this we need to write. So in our question I have taken 6 zeros. So if I take 6 zeros, will it goes to final state? Yes, it has to go. If you take 0 first you take this 0, q0 to 0, yes, 0 is the replacing, and right shift, it comes here, q1 to 0, yes, it goes to q2, q2 to 0, yes, it goes to q0. After q0 to 0, yes, q1, q1 to 0, yes, q2, q2 to 0, q0. So final state is, here you are going to the last one is q0. Is that q0 is a final state? Yes. So that's why your input string is accepted. Even if you take 9 zeros, so this transition, this loop will be repeated, this cycle will be repeated 3 times. So then also it is accepting. If you take 10 zeros, it won't accept. Why? Because 10 is not divisible by 3. So then you can have 10 means 10% till 3 is 1. That's why you will be in q1 state, which is a non-final state. That's why it is not accepting. So like this we need to see. This is a one basic question. Now we'll go to the problem number 2. We'll solve it. Construct a Turing machine that accepts the language a power n, b power n, where n is greater than or equals to 1. Now your input alphabet, it is taking as a comma b. Now can we solve this one with finite automata? No. Can we solve this one with push down automata? Yes, we can solve, and we have done this one in my previous video lecture. Now we'll see this one by using Turing machine, how we can solve. First I'll write the language. Here n is greater than or equals to 1. That's why epsilon will not come. If you keep n equals to 1, it will be AB. If you keep 2, AA, BB. If you keep 3, triple A, triple B, like this, you will get it. For this language, there are 2 constraints. One is number of A's are followed by number of B's, and number of A's should be equals to the number of B's. Now we'll take the tape, input tape with these cells, and I'll take any one of the string. So I'll take this, the third one, which is not the lengthy and not the very small one. And when you write in input tape, this is the string, and the remaining cells which are blank, I'll take. Now how to solve this one? What is the logic we can get to solve this one? So how we can solve in general is, I have to match the number of A's with number of B's. Anyway, first I need to get A, that I can give it in transition diagram. If I get B, it will go to the non-final, and if I have only A, it goes to the it is going to the next state, like this. Now how we can do means, so number of A's should be matched with number of B's. That's why 1 A should match with 1 B, second A should match with second B, third A, like this we need to check it out. I'll take, like, whenever I get A, I'll replace it with X, and immediately I'll check with the 1B, so I'll replace it with Y. That means when I get A, I'll replace it with X, and in the path wherever I get A, I have to ignore and I have to search for B. When I get B, I'll replace it with Y. After getting 1B, I'll come back, and in the path whatever the number of A's we are getting, I'll ignore, and until X comes. Whenever I get X, I'll go right, and the first A will be replaced with X, and I have to search for the B. In the mean, whatever the symbols I am getting, I need to ignore, and until B comes. Whenever I get B, I'll have to replace with Y. Now again I'll go to the left until X comes. When I get X, I'm searching for the next symbol. That is, if it is A, I have to replace it with X, and in the path if I get any symbol other than B, I'll ignore, and whenever it is B, I'll replace it with Y. Like this I'll come, and I have to go back to the X, and after X, if I get, now if you see here, what is the next symbol of X? It's not A. That means the symbols A are finished. Now I'm getting Y. So when I get Y, what I need to see, okay, symbols of A are completed. That means the symbols of B are also to be completed to match number of A's with number of B's. So that's why I'll go with ignoring the Y until you have to see after Y there must be a blank symbol. There should not be an extra B here. So there must be, after completion of number of Y symbols, you must have blank symbol. Then only I can say that yes, number of A's are matched with number of B's, then string is accepted. So like this we need to follow. So how we need to write this one, we can see with transition diagram.